Hi, thanks everyone for being here. I'm Ken again. I'm from PD Design Studio. It's a small indie game studio in Singapore. I founded back in 2006. Today, I'm just very happy to be here to basically talk about what I've learned as an indie, what I've learned making my own indie game. Okay, so PD Design Studio is a company that was founded with my brother and a couple of friends in 2006. When I started a company, it was not a game design company. I come from a graphic design background. I love graphic design. So it was just like my mission to come and build a design company. It was just my dream. But as I take in more projects, I realized that there is a demand for people who want to make games. And then I start to like and love to make games. And I start to learn that games is really something I want to do. And so in late 2010, early 2011, 2010, I started to make this game called Dusty Revenge. Okay, so what is Dusty Revenge? It is a brawler. It's a 2D action beat 'em up. Very easy concept, just go in and beat people, and it's what I love to play. I played, games like Street Fighter all my life. I played God of War. I played Devil May Cry. So this is the kind of game I want to make. And today, I'm going to talk about what I've learned from making this game before I release the game and after I release the game. I also talk a bit about how indie has been going for me. Before I proceed, can I show you guys two videos? The first video is a demo video of the first version of Dusty Revenge. Awesome, right? Thank you. So we're just playing the video now. So this is what I think Dusty Revenge should be. And then the next video is the actual game trailer of Dusty Revenge in February when we launched it on Steam. And just bear with me, it's a bit lengthy, it's about 1.5 minutes. Is this more awesome? Okay, thanks. This is one thing I learned as a game maker. I wanted to make this game in 1 year. And I thought maybe I can do it with 9 months and I can, save up a bit. End up, I took like 2.5 years to make this game. So it's just so many things I want to put in a game, just so many features that I want to, show it off in the game that eventually the game gets bigger, bigger, and bigger. I think this is one of the things that I've learned, that as an indie game developer, these things do happen and do have to watch out for it. But it doesn't mean that everything is all bad. As a result, our studio is more, has a stronger foundation. The people on board are more cohesive because of the trial and errors we've been through, from making what we envisioned that to be, like this, to a game like that. So the other thing I'll talk about is the gameplay of Dusty Revenge, of this game. How has it been doing for us? We go out and meet people all the time, when we make a game, and I'm always often asked one question. Okay, so you've got a nice beat 'em up, you've got some great graphics over here, but what's so unique about your game? There are tons of this like this all over the place. So I was very lucky because we have this concept of a tactical brawler, which is very unique, not seen inside a 2D action brawler before. And that's because in Singapore, most of our boys in Singapore, guys, we've done national service before. We've been in the army before. So we know the real fighting doesn't actually work if you don't come with the support. And that's how our unique gameplay comes about. Over here, you see there's this, our lead hero, Dusty Serbani, right? He's actually a so-called a foot soldier. He goes in the ground and he goes in and shoot people. Because I'm a foot soldier, so I would like some support coming from other military functions. And in Dusty Revenge, we introduced a portion of the military operation called the artillery. Well, and in Dusty Revenge, it is depicted by this bear over here with the cannon. So when you want it, you can call your support character from another vantage point and throw some bomb and cause some carnage for some of the enemies in front. And of course, we have the sniper, which is pretty much standard military support. So this is, in a nutshell, what is unique about Dusty Revenge, and I'm able to, get people's attention. I'm able to talk to people about it. It's just not a simple 2D action brawler. There's some tactic over inside here. I'll show you guys further what it means. Over here, you see this guy, which is the lead hero. He goes in the ground, and if you just play without your support character, this is what you get. You get the standard beat 'em up. And then if you want, you can call your friend. Over here as a dog, he comes in as a first-person view, and he helps you snipe enemies that you cannot reach. So you do need to be tactical. There's another example over here. Or you can call in your artillery support inside this 2D beat 'em up, where you can blast enemies, clusters, cause an area of effect damage, or you can clear some obstacles in front of you. So this has been going very well for us. This concept is pretty unique. We're trying to introduce something new to this genre. Okay, the art style of Dusty Revenge is something that is, we are very fortunate because we have very good artists coming on board to help us. We have, even though most of our artists are fresh graduates, just out from school, they are very passionate and they are able to help us come up with very detailed art style, very unique art direction. And as a result, it helps also because I believe in this environment, there's just so much content out there. Everything helps. If you can come up with something interesting, be it a gameplay, unique gameplay, or be it an art style, good art style, I think you do have a chance to stand out. As a result, every time we got featured on the press or some reviews, the first thing they notice is the art style. So we're pretty much happy about it. As you can see, this is just some of the different versions of Dusty. It's just one character. We have gone through many revisions for other characters and other backgrounds. Okay, so those are what I've learned during the production phase. After I release the game, what happens? I think, when we started making the game, we've always wanted to make a Steam game. We always feel that the gameplay design is really suited for the US market, the American market, the Europe market. And I think we are lucky that we chose a Wild Wild West theme, which really resonates with the audience that we are targeting. But, when we released the game, there was something very funny and something I'm still struggling to understand why there are people who do not like animals. So there are people who don't like our game because there are still a certain percentage of people who don't like our game because they call themselves furry haters. They don't like to see a bunny or some furry character with furs running around killing people. It's odd. So this is something I learned. Is that it's like never everything is perfect. Okay, the story of Dusty Revenge is okay. Now, we didn't spend a single cent on putting up a story, simply because we don't have enough budget. So what we did was we compensate. We decided that maybe if we do an awesome cutscene, we we paint the picture nice, we paint the cutscenes nice, and we put in good sound, people will start to appreciate the game, despite whether whether we have the budget to make to call in a writer for our game. So because of that, we get pinned down a bit on reviews, some reviews. I'm not sure if it could have worked better if we engaged a writer, but that's certainly something that games like Dusty Revenge, which is originally planned to be a single player and supposed to have a very strong storyline to pull us through, it might have worked better. Polish, and talk a bit about polishing. I think the game is never polished if you have not really sort of put in enough effects or put in enough sound to complete the whole game. And I was very lucky because Dusty Revenge was released twice actually. We released the first version of Dusty Revenge, which is a single player mode, last year, somewhere mid last year in July, August period. Even though people like it, they like the art style, they like the gameplay, there were some comments and some critics coming at us saying that maybe you could have put in more polish. But we took that very seriously when we had a chance to release the game on Steam. We thought that this is the chance for us to make up for it. I'll just show you guys two videos again. The first one is without enough polished, and this is how it looks like. As you can see, we've put in great amount of detail in the artwork, but the gameplay is slower. You know, the effects is not that much. This video shows the complete polished version. It's so much more better now. Yeah, so I do think polish is one of the key things that sometimes we ignore, and perhaps we should have, done better in that area. So I've learned that so far, what I've been talking about is basically the production side of things, what I've come to learn, the good side of it, the bad side of things. What about the softer side of things? What about going indie? How has it been going for us? In our case, we have been a work-for-hire company for a long time. We started in 2006. We have to work with clients to make their games awesome, to make educational games for them. And being in the indie business means having to give up a large portion of their clients to go ahead and make our own games and try to make money out of making our own games. It's still something that I think as we go along being indie, there's still so much more for us to learn. And so we have never given up doing work-for-hire jobs, because I do feel that if you are making a living out of your business, you still do need some safety net, and it's something that we've actually never stopped doing it, and it has helped us in times of need when the production gets bigger and we do need funds. Where do we get them? We do have a source of work-for-hire clients that we can hinge on and then get some money out of it. Okay, last thing is about marketing. I'm no expert in marketing. I think a lot of indies here, we may not have enough resources to do marketing. After releasing the game this is because in indie game development, we have been working so hard in trying to get the product up. Sometimes you neglect the need that you do need to understand the audience. You do need to get your message across as early as possible, because ultimately you still need to sell your game. And because of that, we took 1 full year to get our game on Steam Greenlight. You guys know Steam runs a Greenlight system right now to get the voters up to go and vote for your game before you can release the game on Steam. And we could have done better in terms of marketing, because I believe if we have engaged our fans earlier, talked to our fans earlier, meet up with more people, maybe the Greenlight system would have been cleared faster. But nonetheless, we are very lucky to be able to sell our game on Steam. Lastly, I want to end my indie journey here by saying that the playtesting was one of the important components in finishing our game. We are very lucky in Singapore. We have very good friends over here who is willing to help us do a lot of play testing. And we also went around places to get normal people, outside gamers, to come in and help us test our game. And as a result, we are very fluid to changes, we are very fluid to adaptation, and we wanted to basically make a better game. And playtesting really helps. Okay, so these two last slides basically sums up what we think went wrong in this indie journey and what went right. I think letting the project balloon is not something that we can control. In our case, because a lot of us, we've never made a game such a skill. When our artists came on board, our programmer came on board, they're actually fresh grads, and we do have to run a lot of trial and errors. But it could have been better. We could have, controlled a little bit more. Marketing is one of the things. The storyline could have been better. We could have engaged a writer. So what I think went right in our case is, I think we incorporated a very unique game mechanic. It helps us talk to people. It helps us talk to press. We spend a great deal of amount of time on art, on making very detailed art, and that gives us quite a bit of attention. We are lucky because we chose a Wild Wild West theme that resonates really well with our audience. Early playtests with developers, and lastly, in PD Design Studio, we just so fluid. We have always take criticisms very seriously, and have always, been very quick to adapt and make changes as necessary in order to finish a great product. So that's it. Thank you, everyone. If there's any questions, please feel free.
Any questions?
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Hilmi from KDU University College. I
Hi.
really love your final character design.
Thank you.
It's very unique.
Thanks.
Yes, I know it's a furry, but it's very well animated. It's very expressive.
Thank you.
How do you come up with the final look? Like, you look at this and say, yes, this is what I want. How do you arrive to that?
I don't know.
Okay.
All I want is the cartoony version right at the beginning. But we have very great artists. I was just mentioning that we are very lucky because these artists, they demand a lot from themselves, out of themselves, and we allow them to have the freedom to keep on proposing new ideas. And that's the reason why the project got a bit expanded. But looking at what they have done is just so amazing. And I thought, okay, never mind, give me the third review, the fourth review, and this is how it ended up.